Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. It's been a bit of an intermission between our series, but we are finally back and ready to get into some more Dota action as we continue our adventure through the DAC Championships 2017 American Qualifier. It's day number 5, and it's the final day of the group stage, if you will. And then we're going to be moving into a double elimination playoff bracket. But another 2 teams had to go. Earlier today, we witnessed Wanted go toe-to-toe with Digital Chaos in a rematch, and it was Digital Chaos who bested Wanted 2-0. They are now secured into the playoff where they're going to be facing Team NP, and now we have Complexity on the other side of that bracket waiting for their opponent, and it's the winner of this series here. It's Team Onyx, Demon, Abed, Mason, Dubu, and Bulba going against SG Esports of C4T, 40R, Tavo, King RD, HFN, and I'm Coddle Guy from Beyond the Summit, and I'm going to be joined by my Croatian comrade. It's Lacoste. Hello, how you doing, sir? You still there, alive, awake?
Yeah, I'm awake. It's 1 a.m., but I'm wide awake. It's kind of late, but I'm ready to cast some good Dota here, and I hope we see some good action. Last BO3 was amazing, and it was really fun. So I expect this one to be as well.
It should be an exciting one. SG Esports initially had their matchup. Oh, God, it's going to skip my mind now. I think they were actually against Onyx, I want to say. Let me see here. I have it right before my eyes. SG faced off actually against Team NP at the start of their qualifier run. They lost to NP 2-0 and then were slated to be matched up against Infamous. That was supposed to be yesterday, and as we know, Infamous has disbanded, or 3 of their main players at least have left to join off on a different team. I believe it's not today. I don't really care. I don't care about that team anymore, Lacoste. They're gone. They're dead to us, okay?
Yeah, we don't want to mention that.
Get the hell out of here. Get out of here.
And
That's
close
fine.
the door.
And close the door on the way out, you rude bastards. Okay, so SG, though, means they got the free, 2-0, and now find themselves going against Onyx here. Onyx is going to be a challenge. These guys are another, team very similar to Wanted. A lot of individual stars. They even have the C imports, but still building on that chemistry, still learning a lot about themselves, too.
Dire team ban.
Will they ban Nyx Assassin Team Onyx? What do you say?
I think that would be a smart choice, given that they have committed now with the Ember Spirit. Man, they're showing their hand early in this draft. Here's my Lone Druid, here's my Ember Spirit, here's what we're going to do. SG Esports, hopefully can craft themselves a pretty good counter, and one of those good counters would be a Nyx, so I would be honest to say that I'm not too familiar with a lot of the players on SG Esports as far as how good their hero pool is, but if they have a Nyx player, I would say that this would be a pretty good time to bring them out. They banned Shadow Fiend, though. So that was a matchup we had saw earlier today, the Shadow Fiend versus Ember Spirit, and you were talking a lot how, he wins that matchup, so they do give the respect that way to the mid laner.
Yeah, but in the last series, we didn't see that domination coming out from Shadow Fiend. Maybe it was in terms of solo skill of the players, plus combined harassing from position 4 heroes, but Ember Spirit ended up as a winner there.
Yes, he did. A lot of help from, of course, Misery in that game and his Bounty Hunter.
10 seconds
but these last couple of picks, man, they fire these out. Rapid fire. SG Esports don't go right for the offlaner. They grab up the Ogre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team Spirit versus Team Fire.
Ooh, I like that. Because it's a shame we have yet to ever see the Tri-Spirit in play, the Storm Spirit. But there's no room for him anymore. In the meta altogether, he's kind of a bit wishy-washy as it is. But lately, also, we've been seeing a lot of the Ember Spirit play the mid lane. So, I don't know. I would love to see it. I'm a big fan of the Spirits. But, yeah. Well, we get Dark Spirit. Pointy Head Spirit. Seer Spirit,
Yeah. Dark Spirit combined with Earth Spirit, they're a deadly combo.
Very deadly.
Yeah, just on level 1, they're so good with Earth Spirit having Orb of Venom, just beating people, slowing them down with Roll Boulder. They can score some easy kills, maybe on Rubik, maybe on Ogre Magi. It's gonna be a lot of
Reserve
rotations. Team Onyx still needs a position 5 hero. What could they get? They need something to get rid of Bat Rider on the lane.
Yeah. Something to zone him out. Maybe something to also be a bailout option in case Batter does lock someone down. I mean, do you think a Vengeful Spirit could somehow wiggle her way into the lineup on Onyx's side?
It's good because of the swap, but in the laning phase,
Not that good?
she's not that good.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm maybe seeing a disruptor.
Well, you are seeing a disruptor. You're like a
Yeah.
clairvoyant. You're just like, I see a disruptor.
Let's see what else there is.
That would be pretty good, not gonna lie. Well, a great lane harasser in his own right. And then for SG's side of things here, who have already established their support staff, if you will, have that mid laner to hold out on. Someone they know is going to be squaring off against the Ember Spirit. And normally I'd rush into, let's say, an Invoker. But you also may need to consider someone who'll have to fend off the Dubu Earth Spirit, a scary Earth Spirit at that.
Well, Invoker is always a choice against Ember Spirit. He
is a
does
choice.
fine. Yeah, in the laning phase and later on, he has a lot of spells to control him. We saw some Invoker players going for Quas Vex in the early stages, but some also prefer to go for Exort.
Oh, they banned the Venge.
Dire team ban.
I saw that one with my vision. But does leave that Disruptor out there as something Onyx could go for. Onyx now need to ban out that mid laner. They could go ban out the Invoker, as mentioned.
10
How would you feel
seconds
about maybe
remaining.
a mid lane Jug? That bit too brash?
5 seconds.
I'm just throwing
remaining.
names out now at this
Yeah,
point.
mid lane Jug does well against Ember Spirit. I think
Dire
he even
team
has an upper hand because you can't kill him. If Earth Spirit rolls in, you always have that escape mechanism, magic
Yeah.
immunity. Plus, with Poor Man's Shield and Critical Strike, you can harass Ember Spirit so much on
10
early
seconds
levels.
remaining.
So it's in favor of
5
Jug.
seconds remaining.
We'll see if it's an option that SG do decide to go for or not. We're back the
Reserve
way of
time.
Onyx, though. Anticipating that support pickup, something to help keep the Bat Rider in check. Maybe even provide a way of bailing someone out in need if they are targeted by the lasso, let's say. Oh, goodness, look at
Oh.
you. Look at
Radiant
you.
team
Look at
pick.
you, Lacoste. Hell God.
Well, I don't know if I'm that good or I just got lucky.
Yeah, don't get a big head, please.
We'll say it's luck.
So go a bit again into why the disruptors seem to be a
10
good
seconds
choice
remaining.
and what he's able to provide. You mentioned a bit about how he can bully the Bat Rider. Is there
5
anything else to
seconds
it?
remaining.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just see stuff like this hero would be great here for an
Reserve time.
X factor, but here what I saw is Earth Spirit combined with Darkseer. Like mid game, they needed some kind of mid game combo. So Darkseer Vacuum into Disruptor ulti into Kinetic
Yeah.
Field. Plus they lacked some catch. Like
Yeah.
all of the other heroes are really
seconds
good, but they
remaining.
need something to keep them in place. So.
I was going to say that should also make the Jug a bit more appetizing now that the Disruptor comes out because you have a way to get out from that glimpse. But look at this. They go for the Necrophos of all things, not with the Wisp or anything we've seen recently. Another hero that you had, were gloating quite a bit about, since 7.0. How do you think about his fit into this puzzle of a SG's lineup?
It's good. I love the hero in general. It's good against Ember Spirit and Lone Druid, especially in the late game, to keep them in place.
And it's
plus
great in the
add-
lane, right? It's really good in
It's
the lane
good in
against
the lane
Ember.
as well.
Yeah.
We saw some different builds on Necro. I must say I prefer the one with, let's say, 4 staff if needed. The
seconds
first item, the
remaining.
classic magic wand into power treads,
Yeah.
bottle if needed,
5 seconds
tank
remaining.
up a bit. We saw some hoods coming out, some vanguards into crimson guards, Yule scepters, but I think the necro, some mechs as well. I don't think the hero is fit to have a mech on him. probably just need one survivability item.
Yeah.
Later on, get a dagger or Aghanim Scepter first, and then dagger for positioning yourself in team fights.
I'm excited to see SG kind of think a little bit outside the box. Necrophos has seen to be more of an experimental pick almost for a lot of teams. They're kind of just starting to introduce him into their lineups, throwing them together, as mentioned before, with the Wisp and stuff. But a lot of things become clear-cut is that, as already mentioned, his laning is so good. I'm not too sure what other elements add up to make the appropriate time to pull out something like a 5th pick Necrophos, but it's something that is going to be a bit interesting for Onyx to deal with because they're committed into this one-on-one kind of matchup in the mid lane, I'd imagine. Roaming Disruptor isn't really a thing, but the Earth Spirit is. So I guess we didn't touch base on that too much. Necrophos dealing with Earth Spirit. Is it okay? Is he fine early on when he has like the early level in the heal?
He's fine because he will 100% have Ogre helping him.
Okay.
On the mid lane, bottom lane is gonna be Luna and Rubik. It's gonna be enough to handle the Darkseer. Well, Darkseer is gonna farm. The Darkseer always farms pretty much. So, yes. Well, as for Necro, I want to see his mid-game item build, and well, it's a classic start for him.
This
with
is
these
a
items.
classic Dubu move here.
Yeah.
And goes right in, drops a pretty deep ward. Normally drops it a bit earlier in this kind of spot, but gets one pretty dang deep.
Oh, look at Ogre. Look at the item build on Ogre. One flask, I mean salve, tangos, plus fairy fire. It's gonna be Batrider and Ogre on top lane.
Uh-oh, Dubu runs into the team of
nice
SG,
lift.
and they catch him with the lift before he can roll on home. And that's going to be a swift first blood going into the Ogre's pocket. Nice first strike for SG.
Yeah, it's gonna be Ogre starting at top, just to give Batrider some advantage. Judging from the item build, he wants to tank up, hit people top,
30
hit
seconds
with
to battle.
Disruptor. He can tank up, has high regen, high armor. Why does Ogre have 8 armor?
Because the Frog felt it was necessary. He has 2 heads. He's that big. I don't know. Let's
four,
make him. Let's
four
make
armor
him,
for each head.
Yeah, let's make him indestructible, just because. I don't know, but you know.
All right, he's not gonna be top.
Yeah, he's running all the way bottom here. They will get a quick
The
glimpse
battle
of the
begins.
bear. I did recognize earlier, I believe it was earlier today, Mason on his Twitter, he tweeted a picture of Lone Druid. I think it was just a picture of Lone Druid. I'm not sure if that was intended for anything, but or a sign. We already know this man loves the hero, and
Maybe nerf it.
maybe nerf it. Yeah, I don't know, but they get their comfort pick, and we'll see if this is going to be the last time he gets to play the hero in this series or not, based on its performance moving forward.
There's already rotation coming out from Ogre and Rubik to go top lane. And it's Necro on top, Batrider on mid.
Ooh, swing.
Well, I didn't check Batrider's items, null talisman. I should have known that he was gonna go for mid.
Oh my goodness, suddenly 4 from SG top lane. Okay, they're doing a lane swap here. They're going to bring their tri-lane up to the top lane and make it an aggro lane because they want the try-on-try action. And they're looking to leave the Tavo 1v1 here between the Necro and Darkseer.
There was a lot of ways to lane and to put the heroes wherever they wanted. They decided to go for this one. Necro against Darkseer does well, even though Darkseer is gonna free farm in the early stages. We see on Balba, Bottle in the quick buy, besides Soul Ring. I talked a little bit about Bottle as to buy as an offlaner. I think it's really viable, and a lot of people don't do it. I don't think they find it strong. You can just get free. There's a free rune for you, pretty much.
Yeah, with that new nearby bounty. Offlaners, yeah, I guess have different opinions about how much they value their regen in the laning phase. Some have already found enough positivity with the nearby shrine. They figure that just getting that shrine is good enough for them that they might not need to go the steps of picking up a bottle.
Yep.
But yeah, I could definitely see the argument for having a bottle too. But it is something we definitely don't see a whole lot of here, and I would be curious to see if it's something Bulba moves forward with.
Yeah, especially in the 1 versus 1 matchups when you're there it is, there missed a kill.
Yeah.
On
Top
Luna.
lane here, I just caught the back end of it. Luna's going to get jumped. Looked like good connection and setup between Dubu and Demon, the new iconic dynamic duo of Onyx here. Get their setup, even though the lane was swapped up, and SG hoping to kind of make it in their favor. It is going to be Onyx who get the good lead in.
Denied.
And Abed has taken to the jungle nearby. He is 11 CS. The Batrider has taken over this mid lane, 15 and 9, as kind of expected in this matchup. So it's great for 40R. How long do you think he'd be planning on kind of hanging in this mid lane? All the way till the period he can move his way into a Blink Dagger, let's say? Or what's in his best interest?
Well, if he his bottle is coming to him, so he will try to maybe initiate on mid lane. We'll just try to farm, gank the lane. If he gets a good rune, for example a haste, then he'll try to move, or an invis. When he gets level 6, he can skill the ult, or he doesn't need. Maybe if he gets invis there, he can go for lasso and just pick off one on the safe lane of Team Onyx. Well, look at Balba on the bottom lane, just skipping the wave.
Definitely taking full advantage of the 1v1, not having to fear any of those pesky side lane supports. He's able to kind of manipulate the lane, as you talked about, work through the jungle, and try to make the most out of all the money available to him down there to bulk up an experience. Because, you know, as we know, Darkseer's not one to quickly rush into a fight. He would love to kind of just slowly coast his way into getting a nicely timed mechanism and be a team fighter here. Dubu jump in, kick straight back, doesn't go for the boulder smash stun. Demon will be able to get the glimpse off. Do they have enough to get the finish on HFN? With Abed stepping in, they certainly will. Kill secured. Demon also gets taken down.
Abed getting
Ruben.
destroyed on mid. In terms of CS, then in the favor of Batrider, which is pretty much obvious that would happen, but he picked up that haste rune I was talking about, that, and he just rotated top and got 2 easy kills.
There's some kind of hostile pings coming out here from SG. I'm sure everything's good under the hood, but we'll see rotations now from King RD.
I hope they don't disband.
Yes.
I
That
hope.
would be a bit unfortunate. Hey, at least we got the 1 game in for now, but they're holding up all right here. I mean, touching base on the net worth, you may look at it in a way that they are winning more of these lanes. I mean, Batrider is definitely coasting, still near top of the CS, you know, with only Bulba kind of beating past him, and then Tavo has the lane to work with for himself, so he's also just profiting so much.
Well, Darkseer is gonna TP bottom now. They wanna make a rotation on Necrophos. Gonna be shield on Dubu, plus
yeah.
1 more TPing. Ember Spirit being level 5. He knows he can't do anything on mid lane. He's just gonna try to help other lanes.
Can they connect with the roll? No, but he's already gone far enough. There's going to need to be a serious juke within the trees here, a woo Dota moment if he wants to survive, but he's not going to woo anyone. He will be taken down. Even a wall committed. A lot of hate here from Bulba. And a strong pull ahead early on, 4-1 for Team Onyx.
Yep. This is what I like about the players. Like, he wanted to go for bottle. It's good. He can still go for it. He gets the good kill on Necro farms. Decides to go for arcane boots because he went to heal. Doesn't need one. And the shrine is gonna be up soon, so he can use that as well.
Big boost of farm for him. Bulba has still got best CS and your highest net worth in the game. Tavo returns to the lane, and they might try to go for a pincer play here. King RD is around, but he's a bit low on levels. An Iron Shield Dubu Earth Spirit is nothing to joke around with. And it looks like they'll take the initiative to just walk on and away, and SG will just return to the lane to try to get back a bit of farm for themselves. Batrider, though, level 7. He has Lasso. He has Blink in his queue. But I imagine, like you were saying before, he might look to get frisky and try to put this lasso into play soon. But he might get jumped first.
He has a TP ready as a mid laner. That's always good to help your team. But
Ooh, nice
I
scan
don't.
too. He scanned and checked behind the tier 1 in mid lane, and they got a good read.
Yeah, look at Abed's items. He know he's playing from behind, so he doesn't want to go for bottles. So he just gets that magic wand, poor man's shield, null talisman, just tanks up a bit in terms of HP, mana. He'll get the bottle later because he'll still need it. But it's a really good choice of items.
Looks like he'll pull back for now. Dubu also have to continue to prowl around for hopefully some new setups here. Other the targets that are a bit easier for him to get a jump on have been kind of continuing to hide out. C4T you can see on the Rubik here. Just kind of waiting around the corner just in case something comes out from Onyx's side. HFN pushes out the top lane where it's necessary and then goes to the jungle farm, where we see Demon in the top lane currently getting a bit of his own solo farm. Just both teams kind of taking a bit of the selfish time necessary for them to get all their level 6s together and really get to the, meaty mid game.
Yeah, seems like no one is rushing. They feel comfortable coming into the, let's say, 10-minute mark Dota. They don't want to rush anything. Necrophos trying to build interesting build, trying to go for a whale. Also a good choice if you look at the magic damage coming out from SG Esports. Pretty much everything is magic damage besides Luna later on with some right clicks.
Now, it's great for the team, but how is it hold up for him himself? It adds a little bit of tankiness because you got the helm in there, but, is it good enough for his mana pool? Is it good enough for him to survive? Because, Necro has to be, in the fight to really get a lot out of it.
It gives him a good mana pool with two null talismans plus well, some HP plus some armor, some extra regen. It's a decent choice. Why not? There's a lot of magic damage as I mentioned, so
Yeah.
it's a good choice. I expect SG what their plan is. They want to fight in the next 5 to 10 minutes. That they just want to fight a lot with Blink Dagger up on Batrider. That's the time they want to fight. But it's gonna come up kind of late. 9-minute mark. He's still 1k gold away. Oh, he's being pinged out. Dubu.
Yep,
They know
they have
something is
moved
wrong.
in. They have spotted him. Dubu gets the stun. Tries to commit everything he's got onto the Necro, but then the rest of the SG members quickly show themselves and swarm on in. Can they get the finish on Dubu? The rest of Onyx have shown up to play. Abed rushing on in with the Remnants. The wall going to be committed for Bulba, and they're going to snipe down the Rubik. A 1-for-1 trade. Tavo looking to run and make it on out. Turns back to dish out some more healing power. But Onyx are holding pretty strong right now. The Glimpse pull back, but Onyx decide to turn and run. They focus on the Demon. They'll get the finish there. And more Onyx members are looking to come and step in. It looks like we have a bit of a lag, unfortunately, and we'll have to call a bit of a timeout. Dubu's back alive and trying to TP into this one.
It felt a bit confusing. They didn't wanna kill Earth Spirit. I think they wanted to leave it for Necro or just let him use ultimate, but it was like a little bit of misunderstanding, so it seemed. And then bought some time for Team Onyx to regroup, and still I expected more casualties in this fight.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely with having nearly everyone at attendance, you'd think that more was going to be dished out. But for now, looks like even after the little bit of an awkward pause, we'll have both teams split it out. Abed, though, he's hankering for a pickoff right now. He's rushing in, using the most of his haste rune he's got, and dishes it to Tavo here, who's a bit low on mana. Remnant in, committing hard, looking to get the assassination on the president. Will get it. And now looks back and gets his sidekick, Jester Friend, too. Nice little double pickoff with one haste rune, a one-man army. And then a Faithful.
Yeah, that's the kind of lucky. The best rune he can pick up at early stages. This is the second haste rune.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, you see what I'm
getting
seeing
the
here?
tower.
Oh, bottom, mid lane. Demon surrounding this Batrider and holding him in place, locking him down long enough for his help to show up in Abed and for him to secure yet another kill. Wonderfully played from Demon Disruptor.
Abed, one of the players that surprised me a lot, how good he plays throughout this whole series. Don't you agree? At least say
Oh yeah,
no.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know
yeah.
if that was like you were questioning me or not.
No,
I
no, no.
mean,
That was like I just needed the confirmation.
oh yeah. I mean, you're the expert here, so I'm going along with everything you say. No, I certainly agree. I agree. I mean, Abed's a fantastic player. Everyone knows him for his tremendous Meepo play, and you know, obviously he's not going to be able to play it very often because everyone's going to be banning it against him. But that is an advantage if you look at it in the other light for Onyx, because now they always get that free extra pick because they're always going to get that respected
That is
ban.
true. I completely agree with you.
Yeah. And, you know, everyone says that one of his next best heroes is Ember. So, no surprise to see him go for the first pick on it.
Didn't he play against?
Blessings upon a loyal
I don't know. He had 7-minute Veil. The game we were casting together
The rune of illusion.
Yeah, probably.
against Alchemist.
Yeah.
Yeah, against Alchemist. Well, still, he has a good timing on it. Magic Wand, Veil, Bottle, 12 minutes.
And obviously
Zero
those,
deaths.
those ruby red shoed Boots of Travel up in queue. His next pickup, and
Smoke.
they're going to smoke up and see what they can get going here. Demon has that Static Storm in his pocket ready to go. And they're going to begin to slow creep here. All the way up into this top lane where we see King RD's Ogre, HFN, Luna. There's
Triple
a
Remnant
triple
coming.
Remnant right with the Veil. She's going to desperately dish out the Eclipse. It's getting spread between three. Bulba gets the worst of it, but he's going to be fine. Tabo going to get sent right back to that mid lane too. Beautiful execution here from Onyx to move right in and take out Lady Luna.
Well, this is how you prepare for sieging tier 1 tower. You have a good vision, you smoke behind. Luna kind of wastes ultimate on 3 people. You're not gonna get kill on anyone. One gets sent back. Seems like Team Onyx has a plan what they're doing. They have a game plan. It's not just random rotations. They have their timings right on the items and on the movement.
What can we look for SG Esports to do as
Radiant's
their
top
own
tower
response
is under
here? Because
attack.
you look at their lineup and you look at just there's still so much growth that may be necessary for them. You know, Necro needs a little bit of a build-up. He's got the Veil, which is great, but I don't know if I forecast him able to kind of put a lot of work with just a Veil alone. You know, and then Luna, she's still looking to put together what looks like her just Helm of the Dominator. She falls behind it quite a bit in net worth to, you know, host of Team
Okay.
Onyx here, and
Yeah.
she's just barely ahead of the Necro.
We still didn't see a lasso engagement, even though Batrider. This is not what I like to see. Batrider picked up a Blink Dagger, wasn't in fight, right? And then he just shows it on the lane, if I'm not mistaken. Or he was the one that was being sent back by Disruptor. You have
Whatever
no
the case,
idea.
I'm not too sure. He was definitely not there for the initial get-go, and has since then not been able to kind of find anything with the Blink Dagger. So I feel like it was a bit of a sour debut.
Yeah,
I would imagine by now Onyx have seen it.
Yeah, you need when you get that first Blink Dagger, I don't know, 90% of Batrider players, they immediately smoke. If they don't have enough gold to smoke, someone else buys it and they want to make a rotation and try to pick up either a mid hero or a safe lane carry, and that's if you don't pick. But once you show your Blink Dagger, it's the surprise effect is gone. So.
All right, well here maybe they can still get some sort of surprise. They're looking at an opportunity to jump. There's a lot of Onyx members nearby though. One jump, one quick kill may be nice, but if it's not on a good target, Onyx can respond with their own force. They smoke right into each other. The jump is there from Bat, but they are gonna hit him hard with the hit of the wall. The glimpse puts him out of a precarious position, but Necro runs in, gets hit with a huge set of remnants. The Magnetize just decaying him out, and then the Ogre gonna get dropped on top of it. 3 go down from the hard hit of Onyx. Unfortunate there for SG Esports. Smoking, looking to kind of infiltrate into Onyx's side, but Onyx were already there gathering and preparing for a smoke themselves, and they had the better positioning.
Yeah, this was a very bad place to fight for SG Sports. They were running uphill, which is never a good thing in Dota. And if you see the reactions coming out from Ember Spirit, Batrider blinked in, he instantly casts Searing Chains, just cancels him, roots him, and plus Darkseer had a mech in that fight, so it was a huge turnaround. They don't even have enough magic damage to burst the heroes.
And that's like with a veil too, I believe. So that's just unfortunately the only firepower SG Esports have going for themselves until this Luna becomes some sort of a problem. So
Yeah.
probably feeling confident as ever is Onyx. So they don't hesitate to kind of cross themselves through the river again. Abed's down here in the bottom lane pushing for a tier 2. Looks like SG want to do something about it, but he's already out of there.
Well, SG Esports are getting out-farmed at the moment. If you look at Lone Druid, he's working towards Maelstrom, has Dragonlance and Power Treads, level 13. He's in 9 out of 12 kills with Lone Druid, which is surprisingly high amount of kills he's in.
He's a fighter, fighting Lone Druid for sure. Was kind of dedicated for a while in the laning phase, but ever since then we've seen a lot of grouping here from Onyx, and it's been a lot of payoff, so can't really fault him for it. Now he's getting a lot of me time to farm up, and the rest of Onyx are going on a 4-man hit squad, it looks like, here in the bottom.
Balba got his Guardian Greaves up already.
He's farmed, man. He's third highest in net worth, still above the Luna in this game. And now with Greaves, doesn't have to worry about the extra mana that would normally cost him for the mech. And he's got wall rep already. They're going for the Shrine. Are they looking to make a jump play here? Oh, they run right into C4T, who's trying to head up the stairs and throw down a ward, I would imagine, but is going to get quickly denied. Oh, in bottom lane, a defense comes out from SG. Mason hangs around to get some tower work with Abed. And now the Necro looks to move in. The lasso comes out here, a pullback, but no fall through. Yeah, the roar's there, scurries them away, and now the remnant play comes out once again from Abed as he bursts through one, and Mason cleans up the other. 4 all day going to be going down from the side of SG here. It looks like they had another breakout fight over by their ancient camp, and that was where Bulba and Dubu did work on the other coast.
Seems like a disaster game for SG Esports, like it's falling apart for them.
Yeah.
They're getting killed on both sides. When that happens, you know something is wrong.
I mean, it's obviously a team playing, I would imagine, with a little bit of a ping disadvantage. They are coming into this expected to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, underdogs. But we look for them to try to find a way to play to their strengths. Maybe play scrappy, Lacoste, I don't know. Get a smoke, try to approach Onyx from an awkward angle, shake up their bearings a bit. But Onyx are getting a clean game here.
Yeah, that can work. Sometimes Lone Druid just getting so big at the moment. And Ember Spirit as well. If you look at the item build and item progression on Ember Spirit, he's working towards that Lincoln Sphere, so Batrider can't lasso him, and Necro can't ulti, so gonna be a really problem to deal with that Lincoln Sphere in the future for SG Esports.
Yeah, I mean, Batrider is trying to put together a force staff. One option to pop the Lincolns, but obviously he would love to have that force to scoot his target closer towards his team, so we'll have to see if anyone else can kind of help him out with that. Maybe a Ogre will throw himself into the fight and just pop it, ignite or something. But right now, SG have to rely on their high ground defense here. So a lot of that weight could be put on the back of a good Batrider lasso initiation or a clutch Eclipse play coming out from HFN here, who is currently at the moment trying to split push a bottom lane, going for the tier 1.
TPs. No TPs, just a casual scan on the shrine so they can secure tier 1 tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're hanging around seeing if someone's going to end up TPing in. Someone does. And it's going to be Abed. Ooh. Looked like he was thinking about pulling the trigger, but there are still a couple of SG members missing. That one in particular was hiding within the trees, hoping to go for a lasso play. Not going to find one. Back to the base SG goes, where they continue to clean up the disaster of every lane pushing in before them. Onyx will step back. They move in for the Roche. They're looking to get the Aegis, and then I'd imagine trying to close out this game.
Yeah, I don't know if SG will even have time to go to Roche. Probably not. It's gonna be dead in 4, 5, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, and it's gone.
Yeah, you really need to work on your
Again,
counting.
a good, yeah,
Counting
good,
is, yeah.
nice
Roll.
prediction coming out from me,
Of course, the ever so knowing
as usual.
will cost here. Dubu not able to get the catch, but we got vision, we got glimpse. They got the pullback. It's Ogre. And it's Ogre for him.
That was toasty.
Running back now.
Bad.
Yeah.
Lincoln's just quick TP to base, get that Lincoln Sphere up, and it's time to push the base right now. If they win a fight or just team wipe them, I can feel that SG's base is gonna fall after that.
That is probably what a lot of people are feeling watching the current standing of this game. 4-17. The net worth getting close to 15K for Onyx. Top 3 net worth all belonging to Onyx with Bulba still up there. This is looking a bit bleak for SG.
Well, if you look at Team Onyx, that's mid lane, safe lane, and off lane have 0 deaths combined. So it's still a 0. But we like to do a lot of maths, it seems,
Yeah,
even though we're bad at it.
You're putting yourself into a trap when you
Yeah.
love to go into math talk. I avoid math talk as much as possible here. Oh. Sieging away here. Mason taking advantage of that ridiculous sniper range. Begins to go in on this poor little tier 3, who's got only about a quarter of his life left. In the meantime, SG will get a free tower, so a few extra bits of gold. Let's see what they can do here. Bat is going to start hanging on the side here. But look at everyone just perfectly positioned, waiting behind Mason. Like, we dare you to jump on Mason. We just dare you. What are you going to do?
Well, Necrophos picked up a Pipe of Insight and tries to go for Crimson Guard. Seems like it's kind of a South American thing. I'm not saying it's bad.
Well,
But,
have you seen
I mean,
another?
Pipe is.
Have you seen another South American team do it, or are you saying
Yeah,
that
we
this is-
saw. Yeah, we saw it. Someone else do it. It was also the game we were casting. Can't remember which team
It
was
might
it.
have been Infamous, I believe.
Probably Infamous. Yeah, it was. The Necrophos also built a Pipe into Crimson Guard. It's just a tanky build. I mean, the Pipe is good against. There's a lot of magic damage also in the Onyx's heroes, especially from Earth Spirit, Raptor, and Seer combined.
The pipe will definitely help mitigate quite a bit of the damage, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough. Onyx already on the prowl. They might have just caught out C4T. They missed the grip, but I mean, it's not going to matter, right? Rubik goes down, being punished for trying to scout far from home, planting that ward. Onyx already moving past that ward, and now we're going to be just outside your door, looking to kind of close things out. Mason already inside the base here. His bear rooting, locking onto Necrophos. Demon going to follow it up with a Static Storm, Kinetic Field. Can they get the finish, taking out the little old man? Yes, they can, with help of a vacuum wall to finish things out. That's going to force the buyback right away, and Onyx will actually step away from their sieging here. We'll see if they regroup or not. I think they're just going to take that. That's a big win. A lot of money lost there for poor little Necrophos.
He's back to 400 gold, no buyback, and Onyx just keep getting their items and levels. They're just closing the map for SG. The only one farming at the moment on SG is Luna, who is just constantly trying to split push, getting the items, but I don't think it's gonna be enough in the end.
She needs a lot of items here if she hopes to even hold a candle to what Onyx are building up. I mean, she's lucky enough to be able to be outmatched against just one of Abed or Mason. And they are both looking pretty dang good here. Mason still
Sharp.
scoring that
Sharp was the
very
word
sharp,
you were
sharp,
looking
sharp.
for. Yeah.
Very sharp.
I think that they want to use the Aegis. I think I didn't write it down, but I could say it will be gone in approximately a minute. So I think
Wouldn't
they
it be
wanna
nice if there was a feature where casters could just hit a button or
Yep,
click a
ping
little
it,
thing
yeah.
and just suddenly see how much time is left on the Aegis here? That'd be
I
nice.
hope someone is listening from Valve.
Yeah, I mean, it was asked before, but maybe one day.
It's gone.
Maybe one
Okay,
day.
it's gone.
Okay, there it is. It's gone, and Roche will be back in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank you, random RNG timer. Now, Onyx, obviously not looking to let up the pressure, as they've already got it back in the top lane. Mid lane is starting to cross the river, and Abed's taking care of bottom. We'll see if maybe SG are looking to get the jump. Well, Abed is in that bottom lane. They're going to look to make an approach here. It's on to Dubu, who gets sent into the next dimension with that sight. He'll be out of this game for 60 seconds.
Was that the first Reaper sight this game?
I think so. I definitely have not seen that animation much, if at all.
Should we write that down? Can someone from Valve write this down? 27, 25?
One Reaper sight.
All right.
Okay, glimpse back here. It's on HFN, but she quickly is able to run away. They get her though with the chains, locking both
chains.
her.
Oh,
Oh, back
what
heel,
a
static
wall.
stall, wall combo. I don't know if that was English. Doesn't matter though. That was an ass beating. That's
Well,
what that
from-
was. Oh
From my
God.
side, it wasn't, but I don't know. It's your first language. It should be.
Yeah, well, sometimes
Rats,
plays just happen. They're so epic that they just punch you in the face and you don't even know English anymore, you know? And that's what that was. That was just an ass beating from outer space coming out from Onyx. And now SG up against the wall here with both Necro and Luna.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Dead,
attack.
no buyback here for about 30 seconds. Mason's going to be free to just tear away at these racks here. The final hurrah could be coming out from SG. Poor little Rubik, who's just standing 50 yards out, already loses half of his life just even looking over.
Yeah, Tango is ready, so he's gonna be full HP soon.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
And those racks are gone. That's the first racks taken apart here. A hard blow for SG and SG fans to take, I'm sure.
Well, Team Onyx seems a well-disciplined team. They don't want to rush anything, so they might seek for a good opportunity just to snipe someone, or they will just wait for Darkseer's wall to be ready, Static Storm, so they can have combo again.
Onyx definitely showing a lot more discipline than we've been seeing from, I would say, this team in its early stages. Definitely a lot of these American teams that throw some of their best players together, and you can't really formulate who's going to be the true captain, the shot caller. Are these players going to be able to trust each other enough? It definitely is a very disciplined game from them. I mean, and it feels very power heavy for them. I mean, look at this. We're almost getting to 25K, and yet they're still making sure, they go through their motions and they don't overextend. They don't do anything too risky. Maybe they can consider it just practice for the upcoming matches too,
Well, the discipline is the quality of the top tier teams. They just don't want to rush anything. They know that they can't get caught now, even if they get killed. I don't know, one hero. They're still farming the whole map, so it's just they're just getting stronger and stronger as time goes by.
It's like
They can even-
slow and
yeah.
painful death here. It's a slow and painful game right now for SG, unfortunately.
They're even waiting for the next Roche. In my opinion, it's not needed, but it's more
Safe.
secure. It's more safe. So yeah, they'll go with it.
It's just nice and cozy, like a blanket here. Onyx can just, wrap themselves around having an extra life, and far less variables and chances at messing something up here. Oh, it seems that they have spotted a Rubik scout here. C4T just simply trying to head out and get a ward down for his team. Quickly
Space created.
He gets
Yeah.
punished, and they will take that ward too. SG are heading elsewhere here, back to bottom lane in hopes of finding little bits of farm and just awaiting the inevitable push coming out from the powerhouse of Onyx.
Yeah, Lone Druid even built a BKB. He's just going all in terms of safe.
So safe. Blink Dagger, even a BKB in queue for Earth Spirit? I mean, at this point in the game, like, I was gonna expect like you get the Midas early, or you just go Agnum Scepter, you know, just have a lot of
Dagon,
fun. Dagon.
yeah.
I mean, that's if you really
Veil,
want to
whatever.
disrespect Dagon now. Come on, but BKB, my God, this is like really want to make sure this game is won. I mean, trust me, guys, you're getting close to 30K of a net worth advantage. This is just. Like, I remember old Complexity used to do this in a lot of their games. They would build up a, like, insurmountable amount of net worth that there's, like, really no chance they could really throw the game. And they would build up, like, a 30K net worth and then finally close it out. I would not lie, it was a bit painful to watch at times, but, you know, safe is safe.
Yeah, that's what they say. Well, SG didn't really leave the base for... They tried to go for one smoke, didn't pay out for them. Batrider still has that gem that they denied all the wards near their base, but they can't leave it.
Look at this
Oh,
play.
look at this move.
I know,
look
I
at
know.
This move.
Onyx creep in. They're actually there's a sentry ward right there, and they're gonna hide in the trees. They're gonna hide within the trees. Wait to see if Tabo goes a bit too far.
I think he's gonna get picked off.
Here they go. They're waiting for it.
Luna.
And they go, and Dubu leads in first. Sudden Static Storm actually misses its target. HFN's on the outside of it, pops his BKB. They get vacuum in eventually towards a wall. The jump comes out with a Batrider Lasso, grabbing and pulling back Mason, but he is able to shrug off a lot of the damage, and then they begin to go to work. A bit of a sloppy initiation at the end of the day for Onyx, but it is helpful in at least getting the job done. A lot from SG. Going to be dropped in this one, it looks like here. Necro taken out, does have a buyback. Luna not going to be finished, and Onyx will run out. I mean, not as painful of a hit to SG for the setup, but Onyx went in there and got a couple of kills.
This was a really weird move, judging how Onyx played. I don't know, it seemed a bit too fancy for my taste. I mean, they were waiting for Roche for like 5 minutes, they didn't want to do anything. Then, like 30 seconds before the Roche spawns, they decided to pull out this one. And it's on the side where they already killed the Raxes. Okay, 1k gold to Necro.
Well, I guess we're gonna wait till they get the Roche again, right? It's up now. There's actually a little purge creep here for SG scouting it out, and they're going to be the team to lead in there and go for it. I like it. That gets the ball really rolling here. Onyx are going to be a bit percolated and be like, hey, wait a minute. We're the team ahead here. That's supposed to be our Roche. But, you know, over time, this Luna has been creeping up. She's second in net worth now in this game. It's only Mason who kind of powers over her, but, you know.
Luna was like split pushing the whole time. I mean, she died 5 times, but still she's top 2 net worth. And I think, judging how Team Onyx moved in the previous fight and what they tried to do, I don't think they saw Black King Bar on Luna. She just finished it. The previous fight. Right?
Yeah.
Now she has 2k gold on
I mean,
top of that.
it also helped that they were unfortunately like off their mark a bit. She still would have been able to BKB off the Static Storm, but it didn't manage to connect onto anyone. Dubu wasn't able to kind of get connection with his initiation either. It was a cute, fun little setup, but they couldn't find that lead initiation, but they will be able to find a Roche here and now. Dubu, a man watching out in front, rolls on in, looking to get the catch for Tavo, but not going to be able to line up the boulder for the stun there. And now C4T will have to...
A lot of spells being missed.
Yeah, bit awkward here, but Onyx, with their eyes still on the prize, moving down this mid lane. One rack's already down. They're looking to go for their second set. SG this time will have all 5 at attendance here. How are we looking at their buybacks? There's not very many available to them. The Batrider has one, and so does HFN the Luna. But that's about it.
Aegis is on the lone druid. The pipe of insight is popped. They're gonna go in right
There
now.
it is.
Good
Static
combo.
Storm is there. And they're trying to fight and stay alive under it, but it's not going to be working out so well. Necro's going to get dropped. No buyback for him as mentioned. HFN is able to dish out some good cleaving work, but Onyx will be able to regroup, heal up, and the Mason will turret his damage from the low ground and get that tier 3 taken apart. Abed now looks to mix things up, jumps behind, catches out SG and allows some space for Mason to continue to go to work here. HFN tries to help out. There's the vacuum pull into Remnant play. And it's going to be able to get the Ogre taken down. He's going to have to buy back. The defense is not looking so good here. I don't think SG can hold much longer. Final life potentially here for the Luna to go into her buyback. No, she doesn't have it. It's over. That's going to be game. Onyx will take game 1.
Dire's bottom tower
Took him a long time to build up a ridiculous net worth advantage, playing the game a lot safer than you would suspect for this team, but their safety pays off.
Safety, if we exclude that one clowny move. But if you look at Abed as a player, he was the player who was playing from behind from the start.
You're right.
And his item build and his movement, like he had to abandon lane at level 4 because he was being bullied so hard. So, and he's the one who does the most in the game. He gets, let's call it, a bit lucky to pick up that haste rune, gets 2 kills top, then gets another haste, gets another 2 kills at bottom, kills tier 1 tower bottom. I mean, these kind of players that can play from behind, these are my favorite kinds of players. Like, even when he's behind, he does so much for the team.
Yeah.
He knows he can do anything at mid, tip his bottom, kills Necrolite.
I gotta say too, it's also really shows the example that like this is the new Ember Spirit, the 2017, if you will, Ember Spirit, because we just remember the old one. Like, it took so long for them to build up. Oh, Battle Fury, Daedalus. Now I'm ready to play the game of Dota. This one, you can really make an impact on these team fights, even when you are falling behind in the laning phase, and just kind of get yourself back in the winning way. Onyx will take the win here in game number 1. We'll be cutting to a small break, and then we'll be back, myself, Coddle Guy, and Lacoste, to bring you game number 2 of Onyx versus SG Esports.